guys, it's my 10 baby, and last year I actually did the tier list for ranking the episodes of the first season of BFDI, and I actually decided again to do one this year, but this time BFDIA. Why, you may ask? Because BFDIA just ended a couple weeks ago, and I think it's just about time if I actually use the tier list to rank the episodes. So yeah, let's get started then. I think it was a nice follow-up season. Anyways, the first episode. Yeah, who I want to know. This episode was not very appealing. I just don't think it was heavily focused on the chasing scene first of Leafy instead of like learning about like personalities of like other seasons, and I just didn't think it was just that great. I also think the tug of war kind of made it unfair because there was a very uneven team. One team of 3 and another team of 19, and it felt like it was not like a true premiere. But yeah, but it started a new season, but I would say it's like a mediocre. Okay, BFDIA 2, Get Digging. So this one is actually much better than BFDIA 1. It's a great episode, and I think it was actually a lot funnier too. Like when the woe butchers put ingredients, they were non-edible. I know it's dumb, it's really dumb, but it actually had some humor to the episode, which I actually like. And I actually think the challenge was pretty interesting. It was actually less basic than the first one, and I actually think this one is in the Get Digging running gag, and then the chasing, I think it was funny, but I only say it would be a good tier, because it could have been better. Okay, BFDIA 3, in the third Insectophobe's Nightmare. Insectophobe Nightmare 3 continues the chains of the Insectophobe Nightmares from 1 and 2, and they had a bug challenge. I think they intentionally picked it so they could continue the Insectophobe's Nightmare thing. But they had like a bug challenge where they had to kill the bugs, but it wasn't that appealing to me because I just do not think the challenge was very long, and the contestants kept on getting poisoned. The outcome was very quick from Bombi, and I just think it may have been better than the premiere, but yeah. And the only really good thing is that Dora got eliminated, but after that, I think they should be mediocre, but better than the first episode. So BFDIA 4, that would be Ziki Buki Boog, or Ziki Buki Doog. It's hard to pronounce. But yeah, this one actually is, out of the first 4, this one's probably the best episode of BFDIA. But yeah, it was actually pretty good. Even the building island, they actually had a very, very creative challenge. And Koini had a creative approach, and we got to see a prize, only for it to be a bad farm theme. And I just don't think, but the worst part really was the rigged, for learned that Teardrop's elimination was rigged, but she wasn't really my favorite character. I just think she was, but the episode was also really funny overall. It was probably better than the first, or the second episode, but it's still good tier. It could have been better. Okay, BFDIA 5A, Get in the Van. I have actually mixed feelings on this episode. I just think it was actually pretty good to be honest. It was, but also pretty it had its negative sides. But like Match getting eliminated and all. And the episode was getting split to 5 parts, which means it was going to be very long. And I actually think the start was probably much better than then it actually turned into getting worse. But in Match getting eliminated, and then saving him, that was kind of funny. I still, even though Match was eliminated, I just think it's a great episode overall, because it wasn't too bad, it was just great. Okay, now 5B was a game, so I'm not ranking that. I'm just ranking the episodes. But anyways, BFDIA 5C. This is called No More Snow. And this one is actually it was pretty bad compared to the previous one. A bad continue up and everybody ends up dying. I just did not think it was that appealing to me. I just thought it was just bland, boring, and all that stuff. And Evil Leafy, and it was just terrible. I don't know, I just say awful. It was not good. I didn't think there was anything good about it. Okay, BFDIA 4 5D. That is It's a Monster. Okay, this one is so much better. This starts with the cranking. It's so stressful, I guess, and very stressful. They forced those contestants to crank so much. Then the recovery center came back, and there was a lot to it with the with everything, and actually was more interesting. But I don't think it was as much interesting. Even though the snowball fight was funny, but I think it was the decent tier. Okay, 5E. This is the last BFDI episode in like 10 years. And yeah, the big hiatus, but actually gets comes back. This isn't great. I like this episode much more than the BFDIA 5C and 5D, because it's the long lost UL City. We got to see UL City. It was great. We actually got to see the obstacles. I actually kind of enjoyed watching those, and I could have again. But yeah, but then we had Puffball's betrayal, and I just think that was very stupid. But yeah, and all, I actually think it was a great episode overall. It could have had some the modifications. I just say it's actually better than the Get in the Van by like slightly. It's just not amazing. Oh, and this is when the real thing happens. BFDIA gets returned 10 years after BFDIA 5C. You know how glad I am. I actually thought it was going to be canceled. Well, we all thought about that. But it actually returned, and I actually got excited more than ever. So yeah, this is BFDIA 6, Well Rested. The challenge was actually to find a place to sleep in. And I actually think it was I actually like how it brought back like BFDIA, and the episode was really funny overall, and I think it was just great in general. Well, not great in general. I thought that some parts were great, but some parts were, I guess, but the fighting, I actually still think it could be great, but yeah. Over here, for the great tier. BFDIA 7, Intruder Alert. Oh my god, this actually was an amazing, I love this episode actually. And mostly it came to the fact that Free Smart constantly tried out on different challenges. I think it was funny. And also they actually matched we BFDIA'd it, and it creates 270, 163. And those challenges, I just think it kind of adds a little twist to the show. The Tidy Loser Chamber, TV Grab the Key was funny. I just think the closing the TLC and everything from it was very, I just thought it was very unique, more different. And I don't think there was really anything wrong about it, and Rocky, I kind of believe, deserved the elimination, because, yeah, who knows. This is the first amazing episode. Yeah, I gotta lie. Okay, BFDIA 8, Meaty. We have to paint the Eiffel Tower on that. I just think painting the Eiffel Tower, that looks like vandalism challenge. But actually, kind of also like the challenge though. Even the twists and the stuff they use, like they actually use Bombi's purple to put splashes of purple. It was kind of pretty, and the tower kind of made the tower more pretty, I think. Well, in a messy way, but I think it was just really cool. And the tower, the little towers. The Eiffel Tower is got changed from glasses, makes a creative twisting in, even though that's kind of cheating. I actually love this episode too. Even the puffball bringing back of the speaker box. Yes, I think this was amazing as well, and better than the last one. Okay, BFDIA 9, Catch These Hands. Oh my gosh, this episode was just hilarious, funny, and all those things. Even watching the contestants getting crushed in the trash compactors, I just thought it was like, I laughed a lot at those. And also that montage, I actually loved that montage too. It was pretty. I wish it was longer, but it was actually a good. In the hellish scenes, I just didn't really like that. But yeah, I didn't really like the hell scenes as much. I just think the contestants looked more weird, yeah. And I actually just like the other scenes, but it was funny overall, but I don't think it reaches the top of the last two. I just think it has to be like great for this one. Okay, yeah, ice cream time. Taste the sweetness, BFDIA 10. You can eat ice cream. This is a nice challenge, and it's actually, I love ice cream, and I actually think ice cream selling was a nice creative contest. It was very cool, and it made me want to have a craving for ice cream, frozen yogurt especially, the episode that is, and I think it was good. But the summer-winter, it actually took place in March 1st, 2014, which would have still been winter, so I don't, just the seasons kind of didn't make sense, unless it was like Southern Hemisphere, which it would still be summer at that time. But yeah, but anyways, yeah, I actually think it was also really good, but I think it could have been better, so I just put it as good for now. BFDIA 10, lots of mud. Oh, this episode, I actually don't think it was that good, mainly because it was Flower as being the host, and the challenge was to rip her petals off. What are the chances? I just think had a very unlucky chance. Flower got very unlucky because, you know, it was so small, the slice was only like maybe 0.1001% or something that got landed on, and it did. What are the very chances of that landed on and get? I just thought it was really unlucky for Flower. Ripping her petals was kind of funny, but I just did not really see the appeal to this episode. I just don't, and I just think it's only decent this time. Because yeah, it just wasn't that good. Okay, next episode, the fourth Insectophobe's Nightmare, which is BFDIA 12. Oh, this one is actually better than killing the bugs. We just had to play dodgeball with the bugs. And we got to see Ruby's sisters actually in the series. Oh, cool. It's cool. I didn't know they were so mad about Ruby until they actually said they were, because Ruby was competing and they were not. And I actually like the replacements and Ruby's abilities. And then like poor little Pin got got smaller. I think it was in this episode where she got smaller, and it was like I felt really bad for Pin that episode. Kind of looked like a real life Pin, without a face, without limbs, and a lot smaller. And yeah, it was actually good challenge, but I don't think it was that great, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna put it in between here, actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, back to the much better episodes. We have BFDIA 13. Even though it wasn't a competition episode, there was a lot to it that I actually loved. It may actually have been my favorite non-competition episode. Like, I mean, seriously. Well, look at who it is. And they actually involved in exploring Yoel City, kind of abandoned. I just thought it was kind of really nice. And also the TLC, being funny moments in the TLC, LOL, plus like the helicopter. And the most absolutely amazing part, we actually got to see how the contestants had their new designs, the ones in TLC and LOL. It was so interesting, and it kind of was an accident too. It was all about that episode. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is the best out of the first 13. Okay, BFDIA 14. Pointy, pointy, pointy. Oh no, my gosh. This is the rendition of the power of 3, but instead of 3 islands, they go by 5, and they go by altitude instead of like direction and the challenges and stuff. And they had to like 5 teams of 2 instead of 5 teams of 3. And they actually were picked by opinions rather than randomly. I actually think they're much better teams because, I mean, if they were picked by opinions, they would have a lot of complaints. I would not like being on the team, randomly arranged team by like a host. That would not be fun unless I make some friends and all. And the challenge, this was probably better than the previous one because we got to see the entire challenges, and it was very, very, very different. Like the power of, it was much better than the power of 2, and it was my favorite of the first 14. Yes. Okay, BFDIA 15, Sport A. This one was actually kind of interesting because we got to see contestants all the way down to their atomic levels. They got so tiny, and they got even smaller than that. Well, I think only Pin. I thought it was interesting, but the challenge was not very appealing to me. I think it could have been better because I mean the birdhouse. I just think could have been better. But I just think it was interesting, so I think it would maybe be my best so far with the decent here. BFDIA 16, the Respect to the Wicked. We get to have our the trinkets challenge, where they hide the trinkets, but I don't think the challenge was that good. I don't think the episode was that good either. So yeah, I just think it could have been better. But I liked looking at tennis balls obelix or whatever it's called, obelisk. And it was kind of okay. I just thought of maybe it should have been a better challenge, but yeah, I think mediocre kind of fits it. Okay, BFDIA 17, start the shift. The challenge wasn't that good, but it actually kind of caused the events of the shift. It's the first part of the shift that also happened in like BFB 15, and I think but BFB 15 was much better than this one. Challenge Be Your True Self was not that good, but they were traveled all the way to the future, and the store was good. I thought the store was like nice, and I just think yeah, this one is actually pretty but I just don't think the change. They only went to a couple days in the future. And it was really chaotic, like the challenge in the B15. It was just being your own self. But I think it just could be better, but it could have been good. Which could have been over here. BFB 18, Airplanes in the Night Sky. Oh, wow. They actually went somewhere to light up the sky. I thought that was kind of beautiful, lighting up the sky using lights. It was kind of beautiful, but I just thought it was not as like enough, because I mean, climbing up a lighthouse, well, there were 3 of them. It didn't seem too hard of a challenge, but it didn't seem too easy either. And there were stuff going on that made the episode more appealing and all. But I think the episode could be better, so I think it's gonna be like good here. Okay. BFDIA 19, which is egg. This is the 2-parter challenge. I actually thought that the host of the fish monster was very funny. His voice was probably very funny too. I actually think it wasn't a bad episode in general. It wasn't. I thought could have been better. I mean, collecting stuff. It kind of. I thought it was different than like a normal BFDIA challenge, and they saved the distributing to the next one. But yeah, I don't think it was that good. Decent, I think, is the best fit for it. BFDIA 20 launch party. Actually, for one thing, is because this was a 2-parter episode, I actually thought it was gonna be like chicken or something. This title of the episode, chicken versus egg, in 2 parts. But no, it was not. They actually went to space. This actually, the distributing the goods was actually a good challenge, but I actually think was better than the last one. It was, they actually went to space, and the fight at the end was very funny, Queenie versus Pin, and in the characters. Yeah, this is really, I just think it was much better than the last one, but I only have to say it's a good tier for now. BFDIA 21, We're Not Friends. Oh, this was just a voting, I think. But the funny part is when there was a funny part where the characters that didn't get enough votes to host got like shredded. But it was kind of like an underwhelming challenge episode. I think it could have actually been better. And Leafy becoming the host after selling. If I was them, I would have not voted Leafy to host. Especially because she was not, even though she was nice, stealing Dream Island was not necessary. I even think it was stealing itself because she didn't even win. I just think Leafy just still hasn't changed personalities, and I just don't think it was that good. The bad tier here. BFDIA 23, I'm the main character. Oh, the Leafy is now the host, but I didn't actually feel like she was actually as mean as she thought she would be, or like hated. And I thought she was going to be more hated after Alka was stealing, but she actually decided to like travel around to find places for Leafy to go. Leafy and set flags, but then the problem was Leafy had too many flags, and Earth got cracked or something and got to the core. But it was kind of really funny. I just think that BFDI Earth is actually smaller than the one in the real world because of all the flags. But I don't know, it may be just me. The 2,763 miles may actually be bigger than it actually is. But maybe they just can. Maybe just Leafy's. I just maybe think Leafy's exaggerating. So yeah, I think this one is actually okay. But I think I'll just put it like a mediocre, probably the best decent, not mediocre, decent. Okay, BFDIA 23, Shattered. Oh, Shattered, you are. So yeah, this is the 23rd episode where they actually combined all the challenges all the way to reach the island, and actually it was amazing. The mix of the challenges in the past, all the way to reaching this little chunk of island. I just thought it was really good. I don't think it was actually the height of the BFDIA 14 though, but there was really nothing bad about it, and the challenge was a combination, and there was like a little twist I enjoyed, that instead of like just not having anything in the finish line, they actually had the island for like a challenge, and I actually really liked that. It was really good. Not as good as Pointy, but I think it's over here. Okay, BFDIA 24, Say Hi Jack. Hi Jack. Oh, I actually just realized this, but they say hello to Jack. I actually liked this episode. Not as good as much as BFDIA 23, but I still thought there were funny parts like the return of Needle's cake and becoming like alienated or something, and they have a hard time with the finding the final cake at stake, and they have to go all the way to the end of the universe. It seems like the BFDI universe is just tiny compared to the real life, or either just the characters are just really fast. I don't think it was just that it wasn't that great good as the last one, but I actually think it was pretty good. It's hard to remember a lot of it though, but I just think it would be a bit worse to catch these hands. Okay. And finally, BFDIA 25, She Deserves This. Oh yeah, Book and Needle. Well, I actually love this episode, mainly because they actually were supposed to chase Fiery, and I thought that was hilarious. Well, Fiery I believe Fiery did get some revenge from Leafy, and Fiery has changed personalities like Leafy, and they were like both like battling for it, and then they went all the way to the top, and and then they got the island. Book 1, I actually liked how Book 1, even though it kind of, I thought it was still a little unfair because she didn't originally get enough votes to join, but she still ended up winning, and the prize wasn't that good, and it was a lot better of a finale than the first season. It was actually probably just the best of the good, but yeah, there you go. Anyways, that kind of concludes the episode of me ranking, or my video of me ranking the BFDIA episodes using the tier list. And yeah, these are I have 5 amazing episodes, 6 great ones, 7 good ones, 5 decent ones, 3 mediocre ones, a bad one, and an awful one. But yeah, I think this was just a conclusion, and this is just my opinion, so it's okay if you have different opinions. But yeah, anyways, make sure to like it if you enjoyed the video, as well as subscribe. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.